5 tips to transform your home on a budget. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Clara O'Connell, otherwise known as Red Way of Life over on Instagram, TikTok, and Pinterest. And today I want to share with you 5 tips of that you can transform your home on a budget. Let's get started. So look, it's a dream to have the perfect home that you want. And sometimes our budget doesn't quite stretch to our wish list. And so that's why I wanted to share these 5 tips with you, because you might be able to take one or even 5 of these tips to transform a space and to really fall in love with your home again. So let's get started. So tip number 1 is to DIY it. So this is probably pretty self-explanatory, but you're going to save a huge amount of money when it comes to labor and also buying your own materials. So usually when you bring somebody in and they're supplying materials, you're actually going to be paying a little bit of cream on top. So by doing it yourself, going out there and sourcing all those materials and getting all of those products, you're going to be saving yourself some money. And then obviously the labor costs, which are really high at the moment, you can also save yourself with that. Tip number 2 is to paint. Paint is absolutely transformational, and you can transform a space literally with a swipe of a paintbrush, whether that is a whole entire room, whether that's cabinets in a kitchen or a bathroom. You can completely change the look and feel. We've done this to projects in the past. We've taken original cabinets which look dated and worn and torn, and we stripped them back, we painted them, and they looked absolutely gorgeous. People these days are also stenciling tile. You can also paint countertops. There's loads of options available to you to paint and to really refresh a space, but what would be a fraction of the cost if you were to replace cabinets or countertops or tile, those sorts of things. Tip number 3 is to upcycle. So do not be afraid of secondhand items. So we are currently undergoing a renovation. If you follow my podcast or my YouTube channel or any of my social networks, you'll know that we're undergoing a massive renovation. We're doing most of the work ourselves, and to save a huge amount of money, we've been upcycling. So we have found things like exterior lighting, bifold doors, 3 sets of them with just a little bit of blood, sweat, and tears. I've sanded them back, we've stained them, and we've installed them, and they look absolutely gorgeous. And we've literally saved ourselves thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars with things that we've upcycled. And it basically allows you to have champagne finishes on a beer budget. Once I finish my house, I'll be sharing some of those marketplace finds with you as well, in place and installed and upcycled. Tip number 4 is to add lighting. So you can go through thousands of dollars bringing in electricians to rewire, those sorts of things, but there are some fantastic options out there right now for lighting to really add ambiance to a room and really create some sophistication and a luxurious feel. So you can get battery operated lighting, you can get the little lights, so you can add sconces to your wall with absolutely no wiring. You can add tracks underneath your cabinetry to really create some beautiful ambiance, and there are so many options. So definitely check out lighting options that are going to save you money but really transform your home. And then finally, tip number 5 is to change your cabinetry hardware and your door handles. This will go a huge way to really updating your space. So maybe you've got really outdated handles, maybe they don't really go, you've got a real mismatch of hardware. So just by going through, removing the original hardware, and a fun tip, make sure that you measure, if you've got pulls, make sure that you measure the distance between the screws, so you're not having to drill holes or anything like that. And then you can find new cabinet pulls that are fit for purpose. And so you'll be able to really transform your kitchen, bathroom, all of your doors within your home for literally a fraction of the cost of removing kitchens and completely renovating spaces. And then finally, a little bonus tip for you is, if you're wanting to really spruce up your kitchen on a budget, remove and replace your splashback or your backsplash, depending on where you are, is what you call it. But if you go ahead and you retile, or if you add a decorative finish for your splashback, then you will really go a long way to really sprucing up your kitchen and updating it without actually having to change anything else in the kitchen at all. Well, I hope you found these 5 tips plus my bonus tip helpful in renovating your home and really transforming it on a budget. If you like what you've heard, make sure to subscribe, hit follow, and I look forward to seeing you in the next episode.